All right, Joe, you and I were talking about this, I think, on Outnumbered. So I went to the University of Washington, which is in Seattle. And Wazoo, WSU, across the state, is just across the border from University of Idaho, as Dan was just outlining there. It's 8 miles away. For us, we would drive over and spend weekends going to both campuses. So I think oftentimes when we hear about crimes or things that happen, we tend to think of them within the situs of a state or a city. But really, it now makes so much more sense, given that, as always, the killer seemed to be the one that was right next door. But here it just happened to be Washington State next to their Moscow, Idaho.
Right. You're thinking maybe this is somebody who was a student at the campus, for example, and you think, oh, another state. But the other state, as you said, is only 8 miles away. The two big questions I have is the why and the how here. Why did this happen? Because when we interviewed Steve Goncalves on the 5 yesterday, he was asked, did you ever hear this name before, the name of the suspect who was arrested? He said, we've never heard that name before. So did he know the victims? So is this a random act just by a sick person? Did he case the victims before he did this, or just in some sort of rage just went to the house at 3 o'clock in the morning? But the how is truly the mystery here, right? How do you kill 4 people in a home, not with a gun, but with a knife, and there are other people in that home that never wake up? There had to be screams, because we heard about defensive, they actually fought back, and that's how they got the DNA, because of the defensive part. But here's the thing, the Moscow police chief yesterday said that he cannot 100% confirm that this was the only person that may have been involved in these murders. And you think, how else could he have pulled this off unless he had some kind of help? Because how do you restrain 4 people like that and no one hears anything in the house? Still a lot of questions here, guys.
Right, and so many questions, Lisa, and including for what we do know about him, what we're learning about him. So apparently he's a vegan, which, as I understand it, the basis of which is to do no harm to living creatures. But here we have him now being charged with the murder of 4 humans, but also that he was a criminal justice PhD candidate at that time. He's clearly interested in the field of law. To Joe's point, no prior record, which is why we didn't have his DNA potentially on file. That's why the allegations of such are that it's using familial DNA, which is what you do when you have an unknown source of evidence at a crime scene. You then use familial DNA to triangulate to find that person versus having an identification already popped up in the system.
Well, I'm hoping we learn more when the probable cause affidavit is released, when he's extradited back to Idaho. So hopefully there's more information in that. And it's interesting, too, because the Kaylee Goncalves family said that they're starting to see some connections between him and their daughter, even though that she did not directly know him. We also know there's previously reports that her injuries were worse than her roommate. So I'm wondering if maybe she was the link, she was the original target, and then everyone else was just, part of that, sadly. So hopefully we learn more there. And look, there's been a lot of frustration about the lack of information from authorities, but it seems like they actually played it very wisely, because ultimately, I was reading a report from 2 days ago, and the authorities were saying, though, even though they received something like 20,000 tips, had interviewed 300 people, that they had no suspect. That wasn't true, right? They had their suspect, right, because they started following him allegedly on Christmas Day, and then the day since then working on trying to obtain a warrant. So clearly they were, intentionally misleading the public. So perhaps this guy got a little bit comfortable thinking, oh, I'm in the clear. They don't think they have a suspect. I can live my life however I want. And then boom, they got him. So even though it was frustrating for us working in the media, it was well played by authorities, it seems.
Absolutely. I don't know about this familial DNA. How close, does anybody know how close you have to be? Could you get a second cousin? Does it have to be a direct relative? Because if you're a criminal, I don't want to give any bad guys advice, but if you're a criminal, you don't want to give Ancestry.com subscriptions to your brothers and sisters, right?
Right? That's such a great question, such a great point. The Golden State Killer was identified using familial DNA. You don't have to be super close, but you have to be in the orbit. And then that's where additional evidence comes in. For example, if they know that person had to be alive on this date and had access to Moscow, Idaho on this date, then it narrows the field. So it's a multi-layered evidence analysis.
Also, I wonder, remember the gas attendant who just had this hunch of, I got to check the tapes, right? I've got to check. Yes. And she saw a white sedan, speeding through at something like 3:45 a.m. So I wonder if, how that plays out in capturing the guy as part of the evidence against him, if that was indeed the killer.
That's right, the Hyundai Elantra. All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.